continuing the series on the history of Czechoslovak tank development. In Part 2, we will take a look at a number of highly advanced heavy tank and tank destroyer projects. Heavy tank. A heavy tank project developed in the mid-1940s, based on several Koda design concepts at Porsche's request. The plan envisioned the use of an electromechanical drive system and a diesel engine. It existed only on paper. Koda T45. A heavy tank project developed in the mid-1940s based on Koda vehicle designs. At the request of Porsche, intended to serve as the team's main battle tank in strategic engagements. The design employed an electromechanical transmission and a diesel engine similar to those used on the Tiger PIT. It existed only on paper. In the second half of the 1940s, engineers from KD and Koda collaborated on the development of a heavy tank project for the Czechoslovak army, with export potential. The TNH 105 1000's design was based on German and Soviet designs. In November 1949, Czechoslovakia decided to halt the development of indigenous vehicles and instead shift to the licensed production of the Soviet T-3485. All work related to the TNH 105 1000s was cancelled. During the 1950s, Czechoslovakia continued to study several distinctive combat vehicle designs. Combined with the foundations of Soviet tank design philosophy, such projects included the Koda-developed T-56 and the KD-TNH TVZ-51. But they were discontinued due to the Warsaw Pact's weapons standardization process. No prototypes were ever built. TVTT K Božav Tanka. It was developed along the lines of the T-10 heavy tank and featured forged, curved armor plates, as cast armor was considered less durable. The vehicle was based on the concept of a mobile heavy tank capable of operating alongside medium tanks. But the Czechoslovak industry was unable to produce any prototypes. The TBT existed only on paper, a heavy tank project that incorporated many modern technical solutions. The VZ Warszawa Medved was armed with an improved 122mm gun, featuring a magazine-based loading system. However, it required extensive fine-tuning and significant investment. Meanwhile, the approval of a license to produce the T-54 tank led to the cancellation of this project, a modernization of the T-56 heavy tank with improved protection. The TT-130M was equipped with a 130mm gun, a more powerful engine, and multiple rocket boosters. However, the project was cancelled to make way for the development of an indigenous main battle tank system, VZ-55. A design study for a heavy tank dating from the late 1950s to the early 1960s. It combined Soviet and Czechoslovak tank design schools with a number of unique solutions. The project was discontinued due to the Warsaw Pact weapons standardization process. As the armor of the T-55 had become relatively weak against new generations of armor-piercing ammunition, Czechoslovak engineers proposed the VZ-60S Dravik project to enhance protection and firepower. The vehicle was fitted with additional spaced mesh hollow armor and Opletmo reactive armor. Firepower was improved through the use of a Neva KTD-1 laser rangefinder and a gun barrel with a thermal sleeve. Concealment in combat was provided by the 902 Toucher smoke grenade system mounted on the turret. Later, several solutions from this project were used as the basis for the T-55AM1 and T-55AM2 variants. Derived from the T-55 tank destroyer. After World War II, Czechoslovakia decided to develop its own heavy self-propelled gun. The project combined Soviet SPG components and powertrain solutions with a German chassis. To increase the rate of fire, the designers developed a liquid cooling system for the gun. However, this required large additional coolant tanks and pumps, necessitating changes to the electrical system and the installation of a more powerful generator. Due to these issues, the project was terminated. Initially, the vehicle was initiated by specialists of the Military Technical Academy (VTU) in 1945, but was later taken over by Koda. One of the proposed projects involved mounting a 100mm BS-3 gun in a fully rotating, welded, open-topped turret. It was intended to be highly mobile, but no prototypes were ever produced. A project developed in Kharkiv in the late 1950s. It was based on a chassis, incorporating components from Object 430 and Object 432. The fighting compartment was located at the rear, while the engine was positioned at the front. In 1960, one vehicle was transferred to Czechoslovakia under the Warsaw Pact for testing within the Czechoslovak People's Army.